You're of dust. Carefully, he opened the box to reveal a worn-out map, its edges frayed with age. Puzzled but excited, Youssef took the map to Hajj Omar. Hajj Omar squinted at the flimsy parchment, his eyes widening in recognition. This, Youssef, is the map to the lost treasure of the Dark Island, he exclaimed, his voice tinged with awe. Many have sought it, but none have ever returned. Youssef's heart raced with anticipation. But, grandfather, what if we find it? What if we succeed where others failed? The old sailor chuckled, a twinkle in his eye. Ah, Youssef, it's a dangerous quest, but I see that adventurous spirit in you, just like your father. The next morning, as the sun bathed Ras al-Amal in warm golden hues, Youssef and Hajj Omar prepared to embark on their adventure. They loaded the fast star with provisions, water, and supplies, carefully placing the ancient map in a waterproof pouch. As the boat sailed away from the safe harbor, Youssef felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. The sea was a world of mystery, and their destination, the mystical Dark Island, lay beyond the horizon. Days passed, with the boat guided by stars and the whispers of waves, as seagulls circled the sky above. The map led them through treacherous waters, where unexpected storms roared and the ocean's mood seemed to change with every sunrise. One night, as Youssef lay on the deck staring at the starlit sky, he whispered to himself, "I wonder what mysteries the Dark Island holds." And just like that, the stage was set for Youssef and Hajj Omar's daring adventure, driven by dreams and the whispers of forgotten stories.
At dawn the next day, the three set out in a small boat toward the island, using the map as their only guide. The sea was calm, the sky a grayish hue that promised neither sun nor rain. Layla, Youssef, and their loyal dog, Basil, were determined to find out what lay beyond the charts. Their excitement and anxiety mingled together as they rowed further away from the mainland. Hours passed with nothing but the serene sounds of oars splashing in and out of the water. When suddenly, a thick black fog enveloped them without warning. It wrapped around them like a cloak, shutting out the sun and the sea, until they could no longer see their own hands in front of them. This is not normal. Youssef struggled to maintain control as the little boat jerked and pitched in the dark shroud. An ominous silence fell upon them, interrupted only by the sound of Basil's barking. "Everyone stay calm," Youssef urged, though his voice quivered with his own apprehension. The tranquility they'd set sail into had transformed into a scene from their worst nightmares, and their adrenaline pulsed in the eerie silence. Without any warning, the boat lurched to a stop, throwing Youssef off his balance. They had struck a hidden submerged rock, the impact resounding through the fog. Panic surged as water began to spill into the boat, threatening to drag it down. "We have to get to the island now before it sinks." Abandoning their vessel, they plunged into the cold embrace of the sea. They swam with all their might, the weight of their clothes and the chill of the water sapping their strength. Each stroke was fueled by fear, desperation guiding their limbs through the dark, unrelenting fog. Finally, their feet touched solid ground, and they stumbled onto a strange beach with sand as black as coal. Looking around, they were greeted by a dismal sight. The island was even more unsettling than they had imagined. Thorny, leafless trees stood like sentinels, silhouetted against the now clearing mist. Black rocks, shaped in the form of grim faces, seemed to watch them with eyes that bore into their souls. Exhausted but alive, they realized their journey was just beginning. Whatever mysteries lay at the heart of this desolate island, they were now part of it, and there was no turning back.
As they studied the map, they suddenly heard a terrifying roar coming from deep within the forest. "Do you think there's a real monster here?" whispered Youssef. "Or is that the voice of the pirate Suleiman himself?" But Basil bravely dragged them toward the source of the sound, only to discover that it was a giant parrot with brightly colored feathers. It was only mimicking the roar to scare away intruders. Maybe it was the treasure keeper. The parrot pointed with its beak toward a hidden cave among the rocks. On its entrance was a warning. Whoever enters here loses their light.
They entered the cave with extreme caution, finding it divided into 3 mysterious rooms, each containing a puzzling riddle. The Room of Shadows. On the wall was written, "Walk where there is no shadow." They turned off the lamp, and suddenly a path of luminous stones appeared on the cave floor. The Room of Mirrors. Dozens of mirrors reflected their images with strange distortions, and the riddle read, "The truth behind the only mirror that doesn't lie." Layla, with her intelligence, discovered that one of the mirrors was actually a secret window concealing a hidden passageway. The treasure room. They found a huge chest locked with 3 iron locks. They found the first key under a skull in the corner, the second inside a broken pottery jar, but the third key disappeared without a trace. Suddenly, they heard heavy footsteps approaching. Someone was chasing them inside the cave. Suddenly, an old man appeared in tattered pirate clothes, one eye glowing in the darkness. "I am Suleiman the Storm, but I'm not a ghost," he said in a hoarse voice. "I have stayed here all these years to protect the treasure from evildoers." Suleiman explained that he was a good pirate who hid his treasure to protect it from his brother's killer. Then he asked them a fateful question. "Why do you want this treasure?" "To help the poor people of our village." Youssef answered truthfully. Suleiman smiled and gave them the third key, saying, "The true treasure is the purity of your intentions." The end. The amazing surprise. When they opened the chest, they found a touching letter from Hajj Omar, written in his youth when he discovered the cave, but he chose to leave the treasure for a greater purpose. Precious jewelry enough to build a school and a hospital for the village. A new map points to an even greater treasure elsewhere. The heroes returned to their village as local heroes, but the adventure wasn't over yet, as they noticed that the mysterious parrot had surreptitiously followed them home.